Well, I think a recap's in order. Gorza will be joining us sometime within the hour. So last time the Order of the Swan acted on their bad feelings and went in search of Arson to confirm if their bad feelings were well founded. Now, it was a bit of a short search, as you decided that you would take up his job of getting a diamond for the deceased pile of food.
So, Swan, Alexandros play Desposutos.
As you were beginning your heist, you met up with a tabaxi by the name of Nico. And your infiltration was cut short by the appearance of a gigantic phoenix that apparently had come from one of the moons. Now, Nico and Mythlivia attempted to begin looking for stuff to loot until the roof came crashing down on them from the phoenix breaking down setting the building on fire. Now, most of you had managed to get away with very few injuries, except for Ono Toru and Santo Yoshi, aka Better Arson, both of whom had grave injuries. Better Arson being brought out of wild shape multiple times, and Ono being dropped down to 20-something HP out of 130. The Order of the Swan managed to escape via normal means, just by running away, or in Servon's case, flying away. Or in Lunch 2.0's case, hiding in the chimney. You know, the two guest NPCs had to plane shift to escape. Once your escape was made, you returned to the Bear Brawler and Mythlivia had a nice conversation with Nico. There was absolutely nothing suspicious between the two of them. The next day, Ono and Santo returned to the Bear Brawler to say, "We're alive," have breakfast and leave. Then came Yun Shan, who, despite her best attempts to hide in the corner, was still spied by Mythlivia, and was more or less gang-pressed into helping you search for Arson. And that brings us to this session.
Asp. Why are we here? Just to suffer. Every day I feel my leg. It's the best part of that monologue, by the way. I mean, all of it's so amazing, but specifically that part.
Yeah. So probably for the first time in a week, for most of you, looks like Daewon hasn't gone straight to the library.
Sup, nerds.
Oh my god.
Says the man who keeps going to the fucking library.
I
It's
mean,
supposed to be funny because it's the opposite way around. Never mind, you wouldn't get it.
oh my god.
Yeah,
Was that
Daehoon is
something-
drawn into himself and is kind of like bounced around a bunch of mirrors.
Oh dear. I am so sorry, Your Eminence, Lord Daehoon.
Thank you. Please keep calling me that.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, false Demogorgon.
Sure. All right, cool. Hey, I do have to ask. Do any of you want to go to church?
Wait, hold up. I can make this better. I have soda with me. Pardon? What the fuck you saying, Daehoon?
I've just been doing some research, and I think I might want to go act on it. Who's this?
Don't worry about him.
He's just gonna give like a little wave in the corner.
Why are his eyes glowing green?
Hey, remember our steadfast lesson of don't call people who look like certain species of animals as she stares at Beleth. That?
I said him.
Yes, but just in general is kind of rude, you understand, right?
A preemptive
You
warning.
can't just go around asking people that.
All right, somebody else was saying something that's much more important.
The person that spoke was Fleur. And
Oh,
all she said was a preemptive warning.
Okay. Well, this is going fairly slow. He's going to go pat the orc on the back. Hello. Nice to meet you. Sort of. Goodbye.
Oh, and he's just going to
head for the
church.
door.
I have many questions regarding him. Hey, Daehoon, I know you've been out of it, but like, Arson's currently missing.
So?
He is our unpaid intern.
Paid.
He's paid now.
He's paid in the ability to live. Okay.
All right. Here, I'm going to do a thing. Then what is this?
Not
Nico
shit.
just looks at him and he's like, I actually preferred you to say, and who is this? But my name is Nico. And you?
But no. Shush your face. What are you as a legal entity to us, the Order of the Swan?
What am I? Currently unaffiliated as far as I'm concerned.
So you're not a liability currently?
No.
Yes, he is absolutely no one who has not seen anything that might incriminate us.
Should I kill him? He's going to say this while standing right next to you.
Nico is going to be like, I would prefer if you didn't. Should I kill you?
Okay.
No, actually, I'll probably turn into a portal to hell. Or, sorry,
not hell.
The abyss.
The abyss.
Shush.
Yes.
Hey, I've been doing my research. Sorry.
Either way, well, it'd be fun to watch a fight just break out in the middle of the Libertas' tavern. Daehoon, don't worry, this individual is currently neither a hindrance nor a boon to us. He simply is what he is.
Neutrality. I like it. It's like a chair. He's gonna pat the chair.
Maybe
and then walk away.
Okay.
What an interesting fellow. And Nico just goes back to sipping his beer.
Actually, in all honesty, he's been less interesting lately. That said, hey, Fleur, should we leave him without a babysitter?
Now the city seems more back
yes,
to
it is,
normal.
but-
I don't think so, but we don't have anyone to spare. I don't think Harmony's old enough to babysit an adult. Silva is
Yes.
supposed to babysit me.
Wait, well, I mean, Harmony's technically got some quantum bullshit going on. But, okay, point being is that, like, wannabe Demogorgon inside of him aside, there is still the nine-tailed fox spirit currently kidnapping our confidants.
I don't know.
Hold up. She reaches across the table, across the bar, grabbing lunch too by one of his mini tendrils, almost dropping one of Libertas's tankards and just yeeting him past Nico out the door, like one of those cursed sticky hands. There.
Nico doesn't really react. He just kind of like moves his head out of the way as she does this.
It smells oddly of fresh French bread. It's actually quite nice, if it weren't for the fact that it was flying towards your face.
Hey.
But yes, lunch 2 will babysit Daehun from above.
Keep an eye on him.
Keep many eyes on
What
him.
is babysitting but keeping an eye on a demon that might turn into a portal of hell?
To the abyss.
The abyss. Now.
Hell and the abyss are very different in D&D.
Sure, but like, are they?
Yes.
And Liv will make that abundantly clear. Hello, Gorza.
I don't care. They're
Hello.
basically the same thing.
What's up?
If a portal to hell opened up, some of the tieflings would be okay. Another
If the abyss
demonic
opened up,
followers.
everyone would be fucked. That's the main difference.
I love how you have to
Yes.
backtrack and say some of the tieflings. What's the one tiefling here who wouldn't be okay?
Good question.
Technically speaking, Liv's goddess is in the Nine Hells.
At the moment,
but-
arguably Libertas. Don't we have something to do today? Once we are going to go out looking for your paid intern.
True. Well, Yin-Shun, it's great to have you back helping us.
I
She
am
goes
only
to-
helping so much as that you are all a bunch of dumbasses.
Aw, thanks.
Oh yes, says the woman who will shake her leg uncontrollably if I scratch behind your ear.
You know that's instinctual.
Is it though? Is it? My sister does the same thing. To which Beleth keeps drinking while Sorath looks away in shame.
Wait a minute. / hold up.
Anyways, yes, it's great to have you back with us. You are wonderful company indeed. Let us away then.
So, Daehun, having rolled a 1 on history, has no clue where he's going and is just sort of standing outside. So as soon as you guys showed up, he's just gonna follow you.
That's hilarious.
Well, lunch. Yes, Daehun's following us while lunch 2 is following him.
Oh yeah, about that. He has no clue who lunch 2 is, so
Oh yes,
It's
I know
worse
Daehun
breakfast.
intimidation.
You're trying to intimidate a trash pile.
Yes.
That speaks French.
That is floating in the air like a hot air balloon.
I mean, it's not hard to intimidate French, and they're basically trash piles anyway.
Yes.
Ooh. Shots fired.
Now, it was only the one war, and he's before that time.
Either way, I'm still trying to intimidate him.
Into doing what?
Yeah.
Daehun doesn't really know. He's just trying to scare the thing.
Okay.
He's trying. Okay, I want to point out he's trying to scare the fucking void. Lunge 2 is currently like one of those floating oriental lanterns that just so happens to smell like salami.
Okay.
So I'm guessing it doesn't work at all, and he's just gonna keep walking.
No.
Alright.
It doesn't work in the sense that he can't disobey Liv, but like he's low-key shaking in his fucking baguette.
Alright, so you return to the smoldering ruins of the building that burnt down last night. And is Nico following? Presumably so?
Yes, but discreetly.
I can't tell if the smell of brimstone is due to the phoenix. Us, as she looks over at Starborn or arson. Oh no, there's a distinct smell of hot.
And Yinshan leads you over to where Nico said he saw the woman with the sheep. Here we are. I would presume that you would want one of your familiars, or perhaps your druid, to go look. Follow the scent if it's still here.
Great.
I would love to send little Shara out. Yes. But he might get a headache if he smells too much of Arson's pot scent. As she looks with like doe eyes over to Starborn. Like she really wants him to wild shape into like a bloodhound or something.
Oh dear.
It should be worth noting, because of her fucking charisma, it is the most convincing doe eyes the druid has ever seen since an actual doe.
Yeah, since you can't roll lower than a 21.
So yes, she is very politely asking Starborn.
I mean, did we have a long rest or?
Yes.
Yeah, we slept for the night.
At the very least, I could turn into a blasted dire wolf. But
I believe they have keen senses. And dire wolves do have keen hearing and smell. So, as someone that's transformed into dire wolves multiple times, you would know this.
Yeah, I have a site. I have a bookmark for this.
Yeah.
Just brain's just not working right now.
Yeah. Depending on what Ceravon does, it will determine what Fleur does.
Alright. Perception is still wisdom, though. So,
yes.
Would I use my own or the
Yes, it
wolves?
still uses your perception.
Yeah, it would
It
use
still
yours.
uses your own perception, but it has advantage because of Keen Smell.
Alright. Wait, I thought I had advantage. So
Yeah.
I must have turned it off at some point.
All right. Yeah, you do. Well, it's interesting. You do pick up a scent. It's vaguely familiar. Like, it has the arson smell, but it also smells like a sheep.
Alright. And I guess I follow it. It's simple enough.
Yeah.
They did say arson got turned into a sheep.
You follow this scent, and it leads you into an alley about a mile away. And right before the scent just disappears.
Gone?
Yes.
You know, I've always wanted to be in an episode of Lassie. I just realized Silvar's the only one that understood what I'm just saying.
At least he would if the DM had seen that. The alley is, for the most part, empty. There is what you would expect, like piles of trash from the different businesses here. There is like one person in the alleyway. It appears to be homeless.
Super crazy question. Are any of the shops that book in the alley like a market or a restaurant?
Yes.
Cool. So immediately undercutting Liv's initial statement of Shara can't possibly stand the smell of arson, Shara is now digging through the trash like a gremlin.
A homeless person?
Yes.
Daehoon will walk up to him and just sort of ask him, "Hey, have you seen any sheep around here recently?"
Oh, yes, all sheep. And came here with a nice looking lady.
Flawless accent.
Okay. Was the sheep acting funny?
He was acting like a sheep.
Particularly depressed.
Awesome. And what happened to the sheep and the nice looking lady?
Well, the lady took out what looked like a crystal, and they disappeared.
All right then. Thank you for your time. Daehoon will pat him on the head and walk away.
Liv,
it's a homeless man, not a pet. A stray dog.
Liv enthusiastically pops out from behind Daehoon, smiling. Pardon me, sir. And apologies for my brutish companion's actions. Could you show us where said pretty lady exactly stood?
Yes, sir, I can do that.
Cool.
And he stands up. This guy looks like he's not entirely sober.
Day drinker, one of mine.
Yeah, you don't know if he's currently drinking or if he's still intoxicated from last night. He's definitely not sober. He'll stumble over to a pile of trash on the other side of the alley from where Shar is digging. Reach down and pull out a respectably sized crystal.
Wonderful. May I see it?
Well, Fauna's keepers.
I'll give you 5 silver for it.
I have a bottle of Infernal Everclear if you would like some.
Yeah, we'll go with that one instead.
You got yourself a deal.
Great, she'll pull out the bottle of Infernal Everclear and shape for the crystal. She will then hand one of Bran's business cards over to him. Say, this might cause liver failure, and if that happens, please see the man on this business card. Say that Miss Olivia Felrood from the Order of the Swan sent you. She says, realizing the fact that it's Infernal Everclear. Before grasping the crystal and being like, and turning to Dahan, Ray, can you give me like an hour, 10 minutes tops?
All right, wait. You want an hour or 10 minutes, or an hour and 10 minutes?
Well, an hour to an hour and 10 minutes tops.
Seriously, can make that fast. Dang.
Okay, sure.
Cool. To which, she'll like sound out a whistle. To which Shara pops up from the garbage he's digging in with like a half-eaten ham. Run over and sort of do that cat thing of like arching his back and spiking up his fur when looking at the homeless man like it's his. And then keeps walking past over to Liv, and will sit down next to her as she will pull out an owl feather and 100 GP to cast Identify as a ritual on this crystal.
Alright. The crystal is actually a component of a recently developed spell. It, in a way, acts as a housing mechanism for a portable base of operations.
Ooh, this might be up on my hate blade. Yes, after the hour and 1 minute pass, Liv will look up. And will look over at Bayhoon and Sturbon. Well, good news. Figured out what the fuck this crystal's for. Bad news? I don't think I can cast the spell that this requires. Actually, I think the only one here who could would be, as she looks over to Yinshan.
Would be who?
Oh.
Why do you just end your sentence in the middle?
Hey, Yinshan, sweetheart, you know how to cast Magnificent Mansion, yeah?
Is she just ignoring me? What is going on?
You've been gone for a bit. She's kind of used to having almost absolute authority and no one to beat up against.
This is stupid. He's gonna kick a rock and just sort of wander over to the front side of the restaurant.
Shara immediately drops the half-eaten hand and chases after it like a cat.
What spell did you say?
Magnificent Mansion.
No, I don't have that spell.
Shame. I figured the only one who would possibly be able to cast a 7th level spell would be you. Well, immediately speaking.
I can only have one 6th level spell slot. That's the highest I have.
Oh, well, then I see I've been clearly overestimating you. Okay. Thinly veiled insult aside. Alrighty. Well, the next course of action appears to be, well, one of two things. My aunt might be a high enough level spellcaster. Or we can, as she smiles with like a pained grimace, go to church, as it were.
Dahoon isn't in the area, so.
Oh yes, but it still pains Liv to even think about petitioning Inanna for more help. This might reflect poorly on her quarterly report.
You're already going to get a sexual harassment report from the deeds of last night. And it'll be well filled out too, because you did it to the HR.
So, yes. Sturbon, Fleur, I guess
Woof.
also Gorza. Thank you for your woof of understanding, Sturbon. And? Or do I repurpose this circle to get in contact via ley lines to my goddess in hell?
If we have something to pick up at your aunt's, don't we?
Oh fuck, great point. To which she'll pull out the broom of fly and grab Fleur by the back of her shirt and like be like, okay, quickly grab on, we're taking off now. Wolf Fun, make sure Dahoon doesn't start a fire or something.
So you've grabbed Fleur and presumably Shara.
Yeah, Shara will come with as well.
Hey, wait. Where are you guys going?
Liv just took off, Fleur probably saying some choice words to her in the direction of the Celestial Firmament.
But you did pick up Shar, right? He
Oh,
was
yes.
following me.
No, Shara, got distracted by the rock you kicked. Like, a cat toy.
Got it. Well, I'll just see you rock it off, and I'll be like, wow, I've been gone for a long time.
Who did you leave behind apart from Sturbon and Dahoon?
Well, depending on how well those tabaxi-like reflexes Yinshan has, both Yinshan and Gorza too.
Well, Yunshan doesn't move. I mean, she sees you doing this, but she doesn't move. Almost like she knows there's a limit to how much that can carry.
Right. Then yes, she's rocketing off in the direction of the Celestial Firmament to go get Mariel.
Well, that she was sure in a hurry.
Oh fuck, Silvar! Yeah, she would have grabbed Silvar just based on seasons. If nothing else, to keep Silvar out of like hot shit from Iran. Honor among thieves and all that.
Honor among charlatans.
Yes.
They did spend most of the day yesterday comparing fake identities.
By that I mean Sparta kick the poor kobold into the cauldron and grabbing Fleur by the scruff of her neck.
Alright, so you dash off to the Celestial Firmament. What about the rest of you that got left behind?
Hey, Sturban, you want to go talk to some priests?
I'll follow you then.
Woof.
Yes.
Okay.
Wolf.
I guess
Are you
I'm
like-
also following, going to talk to priests.
Sweet. Oh, hey, we've never been formally introduced. Hi, my name is Daehoon Stormbender. I don't actually bend storms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
Wolf.
was your last name, Storebender?
I don't actually know. It was given to me by a priest. My parents abandoned me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's depressing.
Yes. And I see you're an orc, so that's equally depressing. He's gonna walk away before she can comment.
Wow, Daehoon, you dick.
Wow!
A half orc, thank you very much.
He's not gonna respond. He's gonna go to the temple, though.
Well,
I'll trudge along after him.
would you mind rolling me an investigation?
Yes. I've already rolled 2 ones. Come on. There we go. That's better.
Alright, you managed to find the one temple in the city. Because the, Shimber doesn't have an official religion. It has a folk religion.
This makes me sad. Who manipulates these people?
All
All
my
right.
homies organized religions.
Okay, alright. So, who is this temple to? I'm so sorry.
Generic folk god number 32.
And alright,
How about Janky the Old Geezer?
no, it's to this god called You Pater.
You Pater.
Yeah, it's spelled like that, with an I.
I up it her. Got it. Okay, so what is the likeness of this deity?
Well, I'm just going to say it straight up. Yeah, Zeus.
Awesome.
Jupiter.
Yeah, because Eupater is the Roman name for Zeus.
Oh, Jupiter. Got it.
Yes.
Okay, cool. He's gonna, well, walk up to the nearest priestly-looking dude that he can find.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Hi. So I'm an adventurer, as you can see, and he's just gonna point to the orc, half orc technically, and that's it. So I've been wondering, how does religion work in this city?
Well, most of the country is they don't have an organized religion. The closest thing they have to a leader of the church, so to speak, would be the princess of the country, as she is the high priestess of the spirits of the sun and moons.
So these guys worship the elements?
Not so much the elements as they are worshipping parts of everything.
Huh.
Everything has a spirit, and they pray to whatever they feel the need to is most prudent.
Okay. So how does a temple to Iupiter exist in such an environment?
There are a few worshippers, and even in this country, they tend to take more after the cultural practices of religion than where Jupiter originates from.
Wait, who P-Star?
Uh,
That sounds really painful. I'm sorry. I'm speaking out loud. Thinking out loud. I'm gonna leave. This is awkward. Thank you for your time. Here's some tithe, and he's gonna throw us a bronze piece at him, and speed walk away.
Bronze penny for your trouble, sir.
that's a copper.
Oh, great.
Bruh.
Daehoon, real
Yeah.
fast. We learned so much.
Yes. Especially about ourselves. Okay. Well, this place obviously needs some changing. I think we should probably kill the princess.
What?
Let's go kill someone else.
I'm not sure if that would be a priority.
I mean, what is a priority?
Probably
I
not
thought it
killing
was-
royalty. Probably getting back someone of your crew who got kidnapped.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but I mean,
I'm glad Ghost Arson can be a conscious.
Okay, wait. I just want to say this to you here now, and he's gonna get real close in her face. About how tall is Gorza or Gorza?
I am 5'10".
Wow.
Yeah.
All
I mean,
the
they
women
are
in this party are shorties. I mean,
I'm
5'10's respectable, but it's still like all the women in the party are under 6 feet.
Yeah.
I mean, 5'10" is the average height for a human male in our society.
Yeah.
Never mind medieval times.
Yeah.
Sure. So actually, she's relatively tall. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, because he is 6'4", he's gonna lean down to her and whisper in her ear. I've noticed that pretty much everything works out in the end, even if we don't try. Okay? So, I don't really care about the weed smoker because we're gonna find him anyway.
I see how it is, Daehoon. I thought we were friends.
Wow. What hurts is true.
Cool.
It's like, on one hand, you're technically correct, but still, this hurts.
Yeah, see, what you might be is like this other in the prophecy or the cycle. Have you heard of the cycle of heroes? No?
No, I haven't.
All right. Daehoon is going to quickly try to summarize it to her.
Alright.
What role do I have to do for that?
Considering you've been doing research on this, you don't have to roll.
Oh, sweet.
To summarize for you, Gorza, since I don't think you were here for when we were talking about it, is in the past, like over 2,000 years ago, there was a set of heroes who had aspects or were possessed by different aspects of the world. Specifically, one person was essentially a dragon or half a dragon. One person was possessed by a demon, another by primal elementals. one by the spirit of nature, and one which I have yet to come up with. But the party has learned recently that was not the first time that happened. That was actually the party is in the latest cycle, and that this has happened many times before. But again, it hasn't happened for 2,500 years.
Where heroes are possessed by other beings.
More or less. Daehun's case, it's a blatant possession, though. With Starabon, Myth Olivia, and Arson, it's less clear if it's possession or if they're just that. Oh, also,
everyone is.
There's also a Cirrus.
Yeah.
So everyone in the party is potentially possessed by something right now?
Potentially.
Okay.
Pretty sweet, eh?
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, honestly. I wasn't able to find who, like, the technically 7th person was, but I'm pretty sure that's you. I'm waiting for you to, like, become all big and muscly and cool and stuff. Something like that.
I'm big and muscly. I don't know about cool.
Big? I mean, you're muscly, sure, but... Anyway, sorry.
Big?
Alright. I will say this, because I feel bad about saying the whole, like, not... Gosh, okay. Anyway, I have never told anyone else. And I am actually going to go into the secret whisper room for this, if that's alright.
Yeah, I will go ahead and join you. So.
Alright. If you... Okay, look. I know I am like the big meathead idiot, right? That's my role. I'm the guy possessed by darkness. I'm the guy that might end the world. So I've got to play the part, right? But I've been doing this research and I've been thinking 2,500 years, right? That's long enough for, let's say, a secret society of sorts to collapse. I'm thinking that if I and maybe somebody else like you were to set something up to help future heroes, that would be pretty cool. Now, I'm not going to tell anybody else because I honestly don't trust them. They're like warlocks. I despise warlocks. Anyway, the point is this. There are a lot of things that I say that I don't actually mean, specifically about orcs. And I have a reason for being so boisterous. It's to pull away from, my actual plans. Anyway, that's it, and he's going to walk away.
All right. Return to the general. All right, now. Why is my throat so clogged up right now?
What
Daehun starts walking away. He whispers something to Gorsa and begins walking away.
All right. Should probably go to the library.
And speaking of which, the 3 of you, I guess, or 4 if you, 5 if you want to count the familiars, go to the celestial firmament. Things have calmed down a lot since then, though there is a lot of confusion. You hear things like some of the books got unvandalized, but then were vandalized in a different way. I don't know what's going on.
Cool. Liv isn't paying attention to any of that and recklessly flying her broom while indoors, right up to the secret entrance. down the stairs and very almost crashes into the door proper, before screeching to a halt and using the inertia of the cauldron that poor Silver is currently dunked into, to knock on the door like a bell chime.
Hold on, just gotta bring some people over here because they're technically not present. Is arson? No. Okay, let's just bring those two over. Dayun and let's say Nico. And it doesn't really matter how big Nico is.
Massive Nico.
Harmony wasn't present. So, you almost break down the door, you said?
Almost crash into it before stopping and using the leftover inertia like a pendulum with the cauldron to knock on it. It's probably also muffled by screams of pain or yellings of ow, ouch, and shit from Silvar as she's knocking using the cauldron.
Probably more like a variety of swear words in Draconic.
Yes.
A number of expletives which you yourself do not understand. Because no one in the present party understands Draconic.
Weird. My left wing seems to twitch like you've said some insult about my mother.
No.
The door opens, right? But it's like people have gotten used to the way that you do things, and they're like purposely staying out of the way.
Cool. That makes it a bit unfortunate for poor Silvar, as the last swing of the cauldron pendulum literally just dumps him and causes him to skid across the floor. As she will get off the broom and help Fleur down before putting the broom away. Hello. I know. Hold your applause.
Hey, by the way, I can't see anything.
Oh, does Nico not have vision?
No.
Probably not, because the default is not set to have vision.
Okay, thank you.
Hold your applause. She will lean over and blow a kiss to this poor guy as she walks over to Marielle. Hey, Auntie.
Welcome back, Miss Olivia.
Yeah, well, 2 orders of business. We're here to pick up that thing. And
yes, and I must say, congratulations, Fleur, you will have a daughter.
Liv puts away some very illegal fireworks, muttering something out loud and infernal to herself about Sturbon not wanting her to actually do a gender reveal party before just pulling a party popper and like popping it so like confetti rains down on first.
Yeah, and she will slide over a piece of paper. It's written in Infernal, so... And actually, there are bits which are in common, but you're unsure of whether or not Fleur will understand, given her level of confidence in common.
Crazy follow-up. Well, I guess not really a follow-up, it's an aside, but like... So, we have a great lead on where we're going to deal with the Vandal, right? And the thing is that she will rummage through her stuff, and in the place where the Infernal Everclear was, pull out the crystal and put it down on the table. This appears to be a spell component of some sort, presumably for a spell similar to that of the Magnificent Mansion. However, well, we certainly are knowledgeable in the arcane arts. We cannot manipulate the weave to such an extent. We're hoping if you could help us.
Well, what do you suspect it's a component of?
Well, it appears, and mind you, I cast a glance on it to identify that it leads to, I guess, in a sense, a demi-plane, if I'm being entirely blunt.
Well, she picks it up. You are most certainly correct. Though, I personally deal with other aspects of information gathering, though I gesture over towards a person's. I say, bring in bring in our archaeological friend. And
Oh, good. I was about to throw my hands up and say I might have better chances with Mom then. You crazy question. Do you have stocks of humanoid blood in case we have to summon her, right? And by we, I mean the newfound mother over there.
Well, first off, it has to be within 24 hours, which we haven't had the opportunity to do any acquisition for.
You don't just keep like fresh O-negative blood in your stores at all times.
It has to be recently slain. If we kill too many people, it'll draw too many eyes.
Auntie, I thought more dearly of you.
Look, we are an information service. A sub-legal information dealing business. Why do you think I hired you to go look for a vandal?
Well, I mean, mostly because of a lack of judgment / nepotism, more than anything.
Dang.
Well, unfortunately for you, that is not the case. And the guy will, up to the table will come forth at this point you recognize to be a Rakshasa. Actually a scrawny looking Rakshasa. And probably poor sighted considering he's wearing glasses. Are you called, milady? Yes, take a look at this, and tell us what you know about it. Of course, milady, this will take at least 10 minutes.
Great. Well, we're waiting on our friend here. O-negative blood and 27 kidneys that may or may not be coming in tomorrow is thanks to my older sisters. You haven't perchance drawn the ire of any fox spirits, no?
I don't suppose we have any reason to. I don't think any of our clients are fox spirits.
Well, That's sorta kinda who is doing this to you.
What do you know about this vandal, apart from the fact that they are a fox spirit?
A tricky bitch can turn people into sheep. Flies apparently, and is an adequate shapeshifter.
That sounds like we have an Order of the Scribes wizard.
Oh, I mean, certainly, but like also, they do seem not dissimilar to that of the Great Fox of. She starts saying Japan and then catches herself in front of Fleur. Well, you know.
By the time that this guy identifies the object, the rest of the party would arrive at the celestial firmament. And whether or not they would go down to the secret lair or not is up to you individually. And Nico.
Where Liv and her aunt are?
Yes.
I want to go down. I'll go down there to see if they found anything out about the crystal yet.
Wolfbon?
Would Wolfbon not be normal Bon again?
I mean,
Druid.
how long has it been?
Less, like, about an hour. Probably a little more. I know druids can stay in their wild shape longer. And you're a level 8. You're a level 8 druid now. You can stay in your wild shape for 8 hours.
Okay. I was curious there for a second.
So pretty much I can stay in wolf form for pretty much the entirety of the day.
Entirety of the working day.
Yeah, except for a long rest.
I can't believe he's just gonna be a dog all day.
I mean, sure. He's still in wolf form. Yeah, it has its advantages.
Yeah, so Gors, Starabon, Dehun, do you follow?
Oh yeah. I hate it down here, but might as well stay.
Alright, Nico, you're following?
Obviously.
Yeah. They go to a room in the back of the library. This really big library. And they in this room is a Loxodon and a Tabaxi who looks somewhat disappointed. And but you notice that the rest of the Order of the Swan is not in the room.
All right.
Even though they went in here.
Where's the lady that busted down the door? Probably on a broom with a cauldron.
Pleasure? She's over there talking with Lady Law.
Alright, where does he point?
Yeah.
Are they there?
Yes.
Oh. Wait, I thought you said that they weren't.
Oh, wait. Do you have...
Hello, Wolfbon. I like to imagine Fleur still has, like party popper strings stuck in her hair.
Yeah, she does.
Great.
Looks like she hasn't even noticed that she hasn't gotten all of them.
It's a girl, by the way.
Confused look from the wolf.
Confused dog tilt.
Yeah. Bloody. No idea what you're talking about.
Anyways, yes, it has been about 10 minutes. Wonderful timing you've come on.
Nico, back to you. You know the Order of the Swan went into this room,
Right.
but you have no idea where they went to. There's only one way out of the room, except for the windows, which are obviously only used in case there's a fire.
So, is Nico gonna search around in the room for, like, I don't know, like a secret passageway or whatever?
Well, you currently have 2 people in the room.
Okay.
So, are you going to end up looking?
So, like, in this little bar area Nico is in, is that tiny room he's in?
What you're seeing, or Soul, is not a representation of what Nico sees. It's just so that you can see what's going on.
Okay. So he's in a tiny room with 2 people. He saw the Order of the Swan come in here, but he no longer sees where they are.
Correct.
Okay. So he sees 2 people. Do they look like just like tavern people, or do they look like guards, or?
They look like librarians.
Okay, so he's going to approach one of the librarians, and he's going to be like, "Excuse me, I got left behind by my party members. They said that they were coming through here, but I can't seem to find them. Did you see where they went?" And then he's gonna give like a vague description of like what live looks like, basically.
Okay. First off, who are you talking to? Are you talking to the Loxodon or to the Tabaxi?
I guess he's gonna talk to the Tabaxi.
Okay, and I'm going to need you to roll a deception check. The good-looking lady, she went down the passage.
Does he point towards the passage, or?
Well, it kind of like indicates with his head in the direction of it. You know, like if, like in a way that if you were a regular at this place, you know, like obviously be pointing towards it, but since you're not a regular here, unless you are.
Well, I don't know. Nico might be if this is a place full of criminals. Can I just roll a d20, and depending on that,
yeah,
we'll decide whether or not Nico knows this place?
yeah.
Nope.
So no, you have not been here. You have not done business with Lady Law.
Alrighty.
Though you are probably familiar with the term, though. You are probably familiar with a person by the name of Lady Law, though.
Yeah, heard it on the grapevine.
But you probably do, but you are not aware that this is her establishment.
I see. So, okay, so the Tabaxi points towards the passageway. Can I do an investigation check to see if Nico can figure it out?
Yes.
Okay.
Nico's greatest adversary, a door.
Let's see. Let's see. I mean, he is a cat, so that's honestly... Fuck.
So, do you need help?
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I do. I can't seem to figure this out. I was sure they went this way.
Go over to like the shelf right next to where you're looking. Like pull down a book. The bookshelf will move back into the wall and over to the side.
Nico's gonna look at that and slowly blink, and he's like, "Well, look at that! Huh, you meet something new every day, don't you? Thank you so much, kind sir." And he's just gonna walk through it.
And so you make your way down to the tavern underneath the Bear Brawler. Oh, no, not the Bear Brawler, the Celestial Firmament.
Okay, so is he now in the room with everyone else?
Yes.
No, you're in the staircase still. And then there's a door.
This one he can just open. The other one was a secret staircase door.
Also, the door has been burst down. Well, it not burst down, but has a big dent in it.
It's noticeable that it has multiple dents and what looks like small calcium deposits from bone.
Nico's gonna make a note of that. Alright, so Nico is going to walk in here, and he's going to... I assume he basically sees the Order of the Swan.
Yeah, you see the members of the Order of the Swan in the back left corner of the room. You see the black kobold sitting at the bar.
Okay, so he's going to think of his next move. I'm thinking that he doesn't really want them to see him. He wants to make sure that he keeps tabs on them. So I'm thinking he's basically just going to slink in the shadows, trying not to be seen.
Okay, roll a stealth check. You slink away into the shadows.
The corner solemnly.
Yeah, he's also kind of has his back turned away and is like not directly looking at them.
Alright, yeah. Back over to the conversation over here. Yeah, this crystal, is a spell component. It's a new spell, and there's a lot more people here. It kind of has a terrified look at Daehun before shaking his head and like looking down at the crystal, almost as if he's trying to keep his eye away from Daehun.
I wonder why. It's not like Daehun's.
Who is this guy? What is he hiding?
This guy is from what you could look up in your books, a Rakshasa, which is an infernal being. Though quite well, not totally different from what you've read. He's a lot scrawnier than what you would imagine them to have been, and he's wearing glasses.
Daehun is gonna shift in the most uncomfortable sounding way, just trying to make his armor as noisy as possible.
Liv will use, mutter something under her breath, and Akita casting minor illusion to have the exact opposite frequency of the armor shifting, as to cancel it out, making him completely silent.
It's very similar to a spell that was created on the world of Wildmount. No, not Wildmount. Wherever that world that continent is on. Exandria, that's what it was called. Anyway, very similar to that. Basically, you cast a spell, and a door opens up where the crystal is, and it's pretty much a tower on the inside. It's all the necessities that you need. and whatever amenities you can come up with.
Is it
Within, yes.
Sorry. Just keep talking.
Within certain reasons, you can't have. You can get food, you can eat while within the tower, but you can't say imagine a room full of weapons and take those out, or uh, uh, use it as a means of acquiring material components that have a gold cost or are consumed.
Well, still sounds pretty cool.
Yes.
Great. Could we hypothetically invite ourselves to someone else's tower?
Invite yourselves? No. Get invited in. Well, you are basically vampires in this case. You have to be invited in.
Hey, Nuriel, who's preferably has typo negative blood and the most disposable in this room?
I think that you do not need to get my sister involved in this, Miss Olivia.
Look, Mom is good at two things and two things only. Being a terrible mother and extraplanar break-in schemes.
Could we just not, please?
You know, my dear aunt here knows as well as I do that the time that she shattered in some guy's poor dumbass wizard's door into a magnificent mansion.
Just, how about we don't?
Okay, so you have like talk.
If I may, if there is someone currently inside, you could just wait for them to come out. They don't even. I mean, they may not even know that the crystal was moved.
Okay.
I see. We doing this the coward
So
way
don't.
and not the fun way.
What if we break the crystal?
Well, presumably, even if you could exit at that point, Arson would also be trapped inside. And Chomper.
Okay, so that's bad.
Well,
right?
that's last resort. I would rather not have to trap poor Chomper in there with her.
Okay, how about this? We just go dig a massive pit, put a tarp over it, put the crystal inside, and then sit around waiting for them to come out. How about that?
Are you suggesting we fucking pitfall trap them?
Yes. Well, not the trap part, just, well, yes. But not the way that you're probably thinking. No stakes.
I was presuming we don't use the sharpened bamboo stakes to, like, Vlad Tepesh them.
What's bamboo?
Pleasure. No one's going to understand who Vlad the Impaler is here. Except maybe your aunt.
Actually, I'm pretty sure my aunt had a fling with him once.
Multiple
anyway,
times.
Right. Could we just do that really quickly so that we don't have to deal with whoever this pretty lady is?
I mean, I don't think a simple pitfall trap will necessarily stop her, but there's certainly been worse ideas from you.
I don't know, can you enchant the pitfall so that they can't escape using extraplanar magic?
Well, I mean, that's generally speaking pretty fucking difficult.
Well, then take some time.
Alright, you know what, fine. She will drop the crystal back into her extraplanar bag of holding. and then we'll be like, okay. Hey, you're not using any of your private rooms right now, yes, Auntie?
No, not currently.
Great, I'm gonna have a very uncomfortable conversation.
Use the one just around the corner. You should point over to that door.
That I cannot enter.
Hold on. Things are being a bit slow. And there you go.
Great. She'll enter.
Do you take anyone with you?
She'll pop her head back out. First of all, ask her aunt, hey, you don't have any chalk in here, right?
No. Do you want some?
Yeah, I might need some chalk.
The skittish-looking Rakshasa will hand you some chalk.
Right. Hey, Gorza.
Yes, ma'am.
You haven't dealt with this bullshit before. You want to see it?
I'd love to.
Right, come on.
Wait, are you wearing your best clothes?
I
think
have
these
two
are
sets
her
of
only
clothes.
Alright, but like, are you wearing the better version of those?
No.
Awesome. You'll be perfect.
Frankly speaking,
Don't worry about it.
Have fun.
Speaking Gorza, if all else fails, you can just strip.
I mean, not like anyone cares. I wouldn't think. Unless we have a prude.
Just...
Who's the prude?
Me. Deal with it.
Actually, it's quite the opposite. But come on. She'll motion Gorza over.
I'll happily come along.
Great. So Liv will come over to one of the chairs and place down a very quick, slightly crude chalk circle. And put some cuneiform runes into the chair. Before smiling coyly to Gorza and doing some chant that is effectively calling her goddess to call Inanna.
Get back to you in a moment. Fleur will go over, talk with more towards Starabon for a little bit until the Rakshasa walks over to her, and the two of them initiate a conversation in a language which none of you know. What question do you have?
So Dehun is being as cordial as physically possible towards this lady. Or sort of lady. Alright, look. I don't like you very much. But I have to know. First off, how old are you? And I don't care if it's rude.
Well, you may want to remember that you should never ask a lady that.
I very, very much do not count you as a lady. But
my heart that doesn't care for you is hurt.
Awesome.
Many thousands of years.
Okay. Now, if you can stomach me for a couple more seconds, how do you remain sane?
What the order of Swan?
Well, that is a difficult question to answer, since for most of my life, she says with air quotes, was spent in the Nine Hells, which as a corporate hell you don't really have a lot of time to think. You're just working day in, day out for the potential to do better and render unto others what was rendered unto you. And my sister and I managed to escape that. And my sister foolishly got herself involved with a tiefling. A right bastard he was.
They're double tiefling? Anyway. Okay, so basically, keep it busy. Thank you. If I ever grow powerful enough to destroy you, I won't. Have a good day.
Thank you. Alright. You're calling on Anana?
Yes. Also, yeah, Gorza, I don't know if Gorza can actually enter the room or not.
Garza should be able to. The door was removed.
Okay, well, Gorza's just standing there. Cool.
I
will stand up.
Do you want me to come in, Liv?
Well, yes. You were invited specifically to come in.
Yeah. A good thing for you to keep in mind, Alex, is to move your token around so people know where you are. Otherwise, you end up with situations like Starabon, who are assumed to be T-posing in the corner. Whenever the... except not this time, because he's a wolf.
Wolf
posing. Yes. More like just sitting there with a wagging tail, just kind of chilling.
Unlike a sloppy repeat.
What now?
Like, you know how animations almost repeat perfectly, but they don't?
Oh, yeah.
Liv will roll her eyes at the tail wagging wolf bond and motion for him to also come in. As Gorza opens the door with a sort of really look.
Yeah, I'll go in then.
It should be worth noting Liv did that, circle of chalk thing to effectively allow Anana to project sort of the Jedi Council from the Star Wars
now, darn it! Now I can't put that on my mind. All right. Well, with enough force, you get what you want, I guess. And so, like a Star Wars hologram, and not appears like a strong-looking woman, very godly, you could say. Both strong and beautiful at the same time. Perhaps the very definition of a strong, independent woman.
Yes, Gorza, if you want, I can get you proper paraphernalia later.
Yeah, I'm down.
Cool. Wait, hey, complete aside, Anana. You are coming to Flur's birthday party, yeah?
Why wouldn't I? You sent me an invitation, so why not? Well, I'm not busy that day.
To be fair, I've been awfully busy, so I haven't checked to see in my inbox if you are actually RSVP. But I'm glad to hear it. In which case, hey, Gorza, if you want to have a woman kick your ass, challenge this one to an arm wrestling contest.
Yes, and by... Well, I am a goddess, so pretty much.
She'll kick your ass, but in a sexy way.
I'm okay with that.
Cool. So, hey, super crazy question. So you think you can like sort of kinda lend me the chains of heaven?
And why would I do that?
To linchpin a fox spirit in place so we can actually talk to her for once. Apparently, I'm not allowed to slit the jugulars of one of these people in this tavern for O negative blood to call on my mother, so I'm calling on my metaphorical mother.
Roll a persuasion check.
Cool. Persuasion.
Better than I was expecting.
This is 2 above the bare minimum she can receive.
Very well, but you will have to go through the bureaucratic process of getting it.
I mean, is it trying to kick the ass of Gilgame or just normal paperwork bullshit? Because one I'm much more up for than the other.
Well, currently it's being rented out by a pit fiend.
Yikes. Okay, cool. What layer is this pit fiend on?
The same one which we are used to.
Follow up, does said pit fiend work for my previous employer?
No, he works for her dad.
Okay, that's slightly less terrifying in a cosmic sense. Great.
So if you fill out the paperwork, we can, depending on how severe your need is, he could commandeer it for you. If the need is greater than wanting to get back at some old wounds.
How does this pit fiend feel about fox spirits?
I don't know. That isn't exactly on the paperwork.
What do you... Oh, right, they removed subsection A, category B, line 237, I forgot. Okay, yeah, I still think I have some of my old, like, shit from my previous employer. I can fill out the paperwork. Before you want to go, do you want to sell yourself more to the half-orc in the room?
Just to the half-orc? And I'm pretty sure she has a name.
Well, okay, Gorza.
What is your name? Oh, well.
But also, do you genuinely think you can evangelize Sturbon here, as she will, like, scritch Sturbon behind the ear?
Great.
Evangelize?
Yes. You really cannot convert Sturbon. I don't think anything can convert Sturbon.
Nope.
See, that's a very negative woof.
No, that's not how it works, my dear.
Well, do you really think you can trick Sturbon into a warlock pack either?
I think I would have greater luck evangelizing your girlfriend.
Yeah, that's sort of my point. But, you know, fresh face out of, like, the sticks. Respectfully, Gorza. Not wise to the ways of the world, and I think this is literally her first god she's come in contact face to face with.
I mean, I've made it this far without religion, but since there is a goddess right in front of me.
Yeah, and you'll meet more.
Never should be like the cart.
Yes, and you are certain. You are certain to meet Inaris. I heard he's planning on coming, whether he's invited or not, to the birthday.
Yeah, that sounds like that rat bastard. Okay, but do you think, a trickery goddess of rice and grain really is going to beat out the goddess of sex, war, and civilization in the planet Venus?
In your mind, no.
But, I mean, in the mind of a woman whose abs I can grate cheese on, and since Fleur's currently not in the room, should crush my head like a watermelon between her thighs.
Really, Liv, even if she was in the room, I don't think she would understand.
Yeah, but it's important not to say these things around human resources. Principle.
Yes. I did see that she wrote last night.
Unfortunately for her, she's not under your employ, and I'm the CEO.
Yes, and it wasn't written towards me, it was more written towards you. Right, she doesn't even believe that I exist. She barely believes Inari exists, and she's talked with him multiple times in the past month.
Wait, hold up. She'll pop her head out the door. Ah, fuck! We need to put a cowbell on you, Daehoon. Fleur, come on, come in here. Come on, there's somebody I need you to meet. Come on.
Yes?
She'll grab Fleur's hand and drag her inside.
Nanda!
And then point over to the fucking Jedi Master Anana, and then over to Fleur, and then back over to Jedi Master Anana. With a look, the gods ostensibly exist. One is sitting before you.
What, Liv?
This is the goddess Anana. Anana, Fleur, Anana. Now you've been formally introduced.
Fleur looks like she doesn't know what to say, more so of confusion, not speechlessness.
Anyways, great talking with you, Anana. I will try and get some paraphernalia over to Gorza. And, yeah, I'll file it in with your angelic intern on the paperwork.
Yeah, I think you will be pleasantly surprised on how fast our bureaucratic process works compared to the Nine Hells.
Well, it's literally a corporate hellscape. Anyways, yes, wonderful talking with you. Just smudge the chalk circle that I used to summon your visage with on your way out, and, Fleur, your mouth is slightly agape, and you have confetti strings hanging from your hair.
Nani? Riva!
To which she winks and blows Anana a kiss, and then looks over and fuck! No, really, hold up. She snaps her fingers and summons a choker with a cowbow around Daehoon's neck using prestidigitation. There.
I'm in the loudest armor in the area. How can you not hear me? Also, hey, I've got a quick question. Just in general about the company. I don't need to talk to the CEO. I need to talk to human resources. We should really rename that.
Humanoid resources?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, wait, what about Sturban? He's sometimes not a humanoid.
Well, technically speaking, only humanoids get humanoid rights, Sturbod.
Okay, wait. So your disgusting food monsters don't get rights, right?
Actually, I think they get negative rights.
Awesome. I will inflict that on
Sturbad
You
nods
should
at
treat
that.
them like shit.
Anyway, yes, HR, I need to see you.
Yes.
All right. Yep. That's all I needed you for. Liv will hand Gorza a laminated pamphlet saying, "So you want to join the cult of Anana?"
Liv, I mean, she was really nice to look at, but I'm not sure what worshipping a god will do for me. But you seem like you really do want to convert me, so I'm listening.
Oh, right. You're illiterate, aren't you?
No, Sturban taught me a few words.
In Elven or Common?
Oh, I can read Elven.
Okay, hold up. I don't really know what this says. It's effectively, for anyone who reads Elven, the Google Translate version of "So You Want to Join the Cult of Anana."
Oh no.
It's like, it doesn't make sense whatsoever. It's like,
it makes just enough sense to get by.
It's like, I can barely read this. Yeah. It's like, yes, Daehoon?
Ooh, yeah. All right. 2 questions. First off, did you see anything in there? Like, was there a lady standing there?
To be honest, it could have just been an illusion.
Got it. Okay. The second question is, so has the team just kind of let Liv steamroll them?
I've only been back for so long. I think I may have heard something about an amethyst dragon. Is that I do not approve of taking Gorza out on.
Okay.
But I don't know much else.
Alright, so as far as you know, she hasn't been making literally all of the decisions, correct?
As far as I'm aware.
Okay. You know what? That weird illusion comment you said, do you think that she's playing the long game? Like your whole relationship is just a game to get her or you on her side so that then she can kill all of us?
I don't know. One thing I know, for a long while I thought that we were no longer in a relationship, and then last night she called me her girlfriend to the tabaxi that you met this morning.
Oh, cool. Okay. If rats. All right, because I've seen her recently and she's changed. Like she is more likable than ever, and that is scary. But if you ever need help, I will try my best. So just tell me, hey Daehoon, go smash her head in, and I'll go smash her head in, or do my best.
Thank you, Daehoon. I will keep that in mind, so I hope it doesn't come to that.
Cool. All right. Hey, nice talk. I don't know my position in the company, but you're a good entities resources manager.
Yeah, I think you're in the I forgot what the actual term was. Being an independent merchant didn't really get the feel for companies very much. But you're I think she said that you were on the board of directors with her, Steven, and I. I don't know what that means.
Like, am I a sign? I'm like a board of
A board
what?
as in a group of people.
But a board is like a piece of wood. She's just weird. Honestly, I don't get most of her shenanigans.
And I don't really know that. I don't know commons that well.
Sorry, I was raised in a dungeon.
I was raised in a place where they didn't use commons all that often.
Same. Well, I'm gonna go walk over and stand here, staring at the ceiling.
Liv is busy trying to comfort Gorza. Until invariably, I am assuming Sturbon will try and drag her back outside to actually do the thing that they were sent out to do.
If Sturbon doesn't, then Silver will come to the door and say, "Hey, weren't we going to do something?"
So, anyways, what I'm trying to say here, right, is that, like, you can either be, like, a temple prostitute,
Hey,
a war hostess,
you!
and... fuck,
Yeah,
right, so...
Yeah, Silver, what did you want to say?
Weren't we going to do something considering the fox lady?
Yes,
right.
Yes, we were going to.
She will...
Hey, blood gods and hummingbirds are a lot better, I'm just saying.
She will snap her fingers.
He's already gone.
From the back. Well, no, she, as, like, in Hellflame, some infernal scrolls will pop out and be like, hey, Silvar, you're good at this shit. Can you notarize this really quickly for me?
You want me to do what?
Notarize it. Just, like, put a stamp saying that you looked over it. Infernal bullshit, you know?
Okay, what signature do you want me to put on it?
Well, I mean, I assume you've stolen, like, an actual notary stamp from a government official.
Just don't put yours.
Yeah, I would highly recommend against putting yours, though.
Okay. I have a lot of counterfeit ones.
Use whichever one you think is most likely to, basically sign an affidavit for me to get the chains of heaven from hell.
So, like, my priestly one, got it.
She just gives him the okay symbol. Once you're done, bring them back here. I'm gonna have to actually fax them out.
Quickly stamp all of them, give them back.
Great. She puts them in the Book of Shadows, and with, like, a noticeable whir of what only Silvar knows as a photocopier, like, a bright golden light shines out between the two tablets, and then she opens them back up and, like, will roll them into a case and put them in her bag of holding. There. I have now sent out the official request for the Chains of Heaven. Anyways, fuck hummingbirds. Have you considered lions?
No. I can't say I have.
Yeah, so what Daehoon's trying to, like, convince you on, is speaks poetry, and that dumbass, like, his holy animal is just, like, a hummingbird. Lady Anana?
I actually looked
Lady...
at, sorry, I looked at the lore. It is technically an eagle.
Ah, well.
It's alright. I'll stick with the hummingbird. I like the colors.
Lady Anana's, meanwhile, out here with both a dove and a lion and a whole ass planet.
Does that mean?
Frankly,
does that mean we get to like ride lions and send messages with doves or something?
Actually, I've never tried using homing doves before. Though I think Anana has a few of them around here.
I mean, that seems like it would come in handy.
Yeah, well, I mean, the lion cub is because of, like, Lady Anana, right? To which Shara has gone back to, eating the half-eaten garbage ham, side-eyeing, Sterabon, who's still a dog. But technically speaking, her chariot is also drawn by lions.
Alright, hey, we need to go. I don't know how long that thing is going to stay in that crystal, if it's in there.
Well, okay, we still need official confirmation on the chains of it. You know
Check
what?
your book of shadows for once.
What do you think I don't have notifications on? But you know what? You're right.
Yep,
in my bag of holding, inside of my aunt's secret passageway. You raise an excellent point. Let's away.
Now, do you actually have notifications on, or do you just have the emergency broadcast on?
She opens up her... Well, there's an abyssal amber alert, and no, I don't.
Just at that moment, a notification does come up saying your application is in process.
Okay, well, it's in process.
Well, it's in review, actually. In review.
Okay, well... Well, it could either take a couple years, decades, centuries, or minutes. Either way, Daehun, you want to get started on your Pitfall Trap?
Yes, alright, I do have to try something. He's gonna snap his fingers, and the armor of Agathis is gonna come over him, and he's gonna put his hand in the fire.
Did you make a Warlock Pact?
What? No. I just have it for some reason. I think it has to do with my Conquering Pact.
Okay.
So,
Alright,
And wait for it to damage me. What happened?
First off, water condenses onto your armor, and then once you take a point of damage from the fire, the ice shatters into a number of pieces that you think would probably hurt someone if they were to try to hurt you in melee.
But it does nothing.
Oh no, not to the fire. It looks like some pieces went through the fire. Actually, most the pieces of ice went through the fire and are sticking in between the stones before they melt.
Okay. All right. Now he's gonna try something else. He's gonna, as he's walking out the door, we can keep moving, but he's gonna pull out a dagger, really small blade, and just prick his finger enough that it does damage, and see what happens.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure you have to put Armor of Agathis on again.
It does 5. So as long I have 5 temporary hit points, and as long as that's still there, 5 damage of cold to the people.
Okay.
So, presumably 1 damage from fire, and now I'm damaging myself again. So how does that work?
Well, this is an interesting question because you're the one that's dealing damage to yourself. And I don't think this spell would work in such a way that you would damage yourself.
No, it doesn't activate on himself.
Oh, but I wanted a trained reaction. Oh, alright. Well, I guess I'll just drop the spell by constantly stabbing myself.
Liv, you notice that... Well, Liv and Servon, you both notice that Filler has a concerned look on her face.
Great.
Cool. Liv just is ignoring Daehyun altogether.
Stab, stab, stab.
Hey, alright. Daehyun, where do you want to make this pitfall trap?
How powerful is this lady?
Incredibly, apparently, I believe.
I say we make it in a volcano.
Just drop it into a volcano.
Great. Follow-up question for that, right?
Just in the forbidden soup.
Yep.
Okay, crazy question, right? Do you think either Arson or Chomper can take lava?
I mean, arson's kind of made out of lava. Maybe.
Okay, Arson
I
might
mean,
be able
technically, it's like magic lava, though. It's not like actual lava.
Okay, well,
Right.
okay. Yes, fine. Arson will hold out a bit longer before eventually succumbing to molten rock.
Alright, I've actually got an idea. What if we put it into the river, right? So we put it in the river in a cage, and then when they pop back out, they'll appear in the cage, and then we can just wait for them to asphyxiate, and then we can take care of things.
Wait,
You
that
want
still
to
leads to them dying.
Okay, so you want to asphyxiate Chomper and Arson,
The lady.
but Chomper and Arson are with the lady.
Okay. I mean, if they are dying, I can cure their wounds.
You know what?
Them alive longer than the lady.
You know what? Dogbon, Gorza, you two are good at digging holes, right?
What?
I am good at digging holes. That is one of my many talents.
Great. I'm assuming Dogbon, as a dog, you are good at digging holes.
Possibly.
You're barking. I cannot understand
Sure.
you.
You get a dog that shrugs.
Okay, I'm gonna take that as a possible maybe. Let's just go and dig up Libertas's backyard.
Don't we have our own house?
In a different city?
Well, then why can't we go there?
Do you know how long it's going to take us to get to the different city?
Honestly,
No.
I low-key forgot we had that house.
I stashed gold there, like...
Look, Daehyun, even with the ship, it is going to likely take us longer to get back to home than it will for the fox lady to pop through the crystal. Let us just go back to the bear blower.
Alright, fine. Daehyun's gonna go buy a shovel.
Alright, let me see if that is actually, something that has a cost.
Yeah. Actually, in another campaign, I killed a golem with a shovel. Pretty cool. Anyway.
2 gold.
Yup.
And 5 pounds. You now own a shovel.
Shovel. Alright, let's do this.
Cool. Liv will fashion a 3-piece shovel using precipitation and hand it off to Gorza.
Alright. Do you think Libertas is gonna get mad at us for this?
I'm gonna go play damage control really quickly. You guys just start digging.
Okay.
Because we could just kill him.
Daehyun? No, bad. Get back to digging. Grab
right.
Fleur by the hand and run back inside.
We're starting.
Hey, Libertas, we're gonna dig up your backyard. Alright, cool. Hey, Harmony, you wanna come join us?
Yeah. Liv's probably just dragging Harmony without even waiting for an answer, is she?
Oh yeah, she's dragging both Fleur and Harmony back out. She ran and did a Yui and ran back out after yelling at Libertas.
Okay. Okay, let's move. Right there. Nico. The Order of the Swan is left, and
Right.
returned to the Bear Brawler.
Yep, Nico's just gonna follow along. Over, he wasn't really in that room, so he doesn't really know what they're doing. He does understand that the crystal has something to do with arson.
So what are we doing? We're digging a hole.
Yes,
Yep.
right here.
Sorry, I can only make one shovel for Gorza.
Wait, but you can get like really big and use your hands, right?
Yes. Don't you think that if things were to break out into a fight, that... Well, I suppose I do have multiple uses.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Alright. Okay, and with the combined might of multiple people digging, you get a decently deep hole. In an hour.
Nice. We
Liv's
can use this to
checking.
bury your body. Isn't that nice?
Liv is currently checking on the Chains of Heaven bullshit.
Is this like after digging the hole, like, leaning against
no,
the...
No, she's more leaning against the tree, making sure that nothing shitty comes up in transit.
Alright, so 30 minutes after you submitted your application, you got a notification saying that it had been approved and you'll have it in 2 hours.
Great. 2 hours I'm waiting before Chains.
Cool. I suggest that we put the crystal in the hole, and then one of us that can do melee damage sort of sits down there and just waits.
I have a better idea. Does anyone have a net?
I have rope.
Let me check.
Wait.
Considering that nets count as a weapon, I don't think any of us have a net.
I do have a components pouch that I could go sell for a net.
Why do you... You know what? I'm not going to ask why you have a component pouch. Just give me a second. Hey, weird catboy. Bye, weird catboy. Hey, Libertas. You do weird gladiatorial shit. Do you have a net we could borrow?
Okay, I was never a gladiator. I fought bears, but I was not a gladiator.
Okay, you don't have to get offended about it. Do you have a net or not?
No. If you want a net, go to the marina.
Why do you not have a... Not even sex addict?
I am not into that sort of kink, Miss Olivia.
Okay, you have a literal skeleton with a top hat in your attic.
That is not my skeleton. That is a certain patron's client, right? Skeleton.
I have multiple questions, but
and they're not going to be answered.
Yeah, you know what? Just you stay here. Do whatever the fuck you're gonna do then. Okay, well, Libertas isn't helpful. To which she is going to snap her fingers, and in golden light and cuneiform runes, the shovel Gorza's holding disappears wholesale. And then, sort of like one of those foldable like pods that like exist in Pokemon or some shit, appears in her hand. Okay, let's see if this works then.
Okay, wait. How about this? You, with your speedy little broom, go down and get us a net, and then we won't have to rely on you in case she knocks you out.
I mean, the idea is if I just put the crystal on the net, then the net will cave when it's under their body weight. Actually, you know what? Fine. She will pull the broom out and just sort of javelin toss it over to Silvar as the cauldron almost barely knocks him in the head. Hey, Silvar, can you go get us a net?
You know, I'm not a part of your group. I don't have to take this abuse.
I can take care of it. I'll take care of it. I could do that.
Hey, Fleur, can you tell your slave to get a net for us?
Silvar will hand the broom over to Daehun.
And Daehun's gonna leave. He's gone.
Liv will say the command word as he's flying, and it zips back to her. It's dropping out from underneath him.
Hey, can I make a strength check to stay on?
Yes.
Alright. Character sheet. Athletics.
Yes.
15.
Yeah, you stay on.
Hello, what do you want?
She opens the bag of holding and just takes Daehun and the room wholesale into it as she pulls out the gem.
He's gonna make a dex save to not have that happen. Or maybe in athletics?
Whichever you're more proficient in.
Awesome.
Yeah. Get off the broom before you're stuffed into the bag holding.
You know, you're not very cooperative.
Yeah, walk yourself. I don't trust you with my broom.
I really need like a dragon to ride on or something.
Good luck. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm not giving you a ride when I fully turn into a dragon. I at least trust.
Goodbye.
I trust Silvar with my broom because he serves a fairy.
Hey, I'm gonna go get some food because we've got to wait here because you're not gonna get a broom. Or sorry, another broom. We could get 2 brooms. That would be nice. Anyway, we need a net. You're not gonna get it. I'm gonna go get us some food. Goodbye.
I have to set up something. You are aware of that, right?
He is already around the corner.
Alright, cool. She will, sort of slide down the wall of the pitfall, placing cuneiform runes so that they'll go off once, something falls into the pitfall trap, causing the chains of heaven to eject from the wall.
Glyph of Warding?
Thus, well, I don't think it's exactly Glyph of Warding because he's not putting a spell into it. But
unless there is a specific spell for that, I'm gonna have to ask you to roll either a religion or arcana check.
Cool. Because I mean Liv is mostly trying to make sure that if they're going to exit at high speeds from a fucking pit fiend, then they're gonna exit at high speeds from a fucking pit fiend into the pit. Nice.
You think you did it? But you think you did it. You think that's good enough.
Liv has a very triumphant smile on her face because she is both cocky and smug enough not to admit defeat. And then be like, hey, Gorza, can you please lower down your robe?
Lower my robe?
Well,
rope.
Rope. Yeah.
Oh.
Let's not lower your robe outside, okay?
Sorry, I misheard you. She throws one down.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I don't think Fleur would appreciate that.
Yeah, Liv will use Gorza's rope to climb back up because she's worried about exiting at high speeds on broom. Okay, great. Other things. So, do you want to get some foliage to cover this bitch?
Yeah, we
She
better do.
She just like, wait, hold up. As she looks over at fucking Sturbon still as a dog. You son of a bitch! You have entangled this entire time, don't you?
Confused dog look.
It's a spell.
Oh, that, right. I was not.
Yeah.
I was not thinking
what?
of that.
Look, get over here and do your fucking druid duty. Make the grass angry over our pitfall trap.
Do you even have that prepared?
I have it prepared, but it only lasts for a minute.
Okay. How about this? As soon as we get a notification in that I got the fucking chains, actually, then you do it, and I toss the gem onto it.
Alright.
Okay, so after the time is out, like a very punctual, a dove flies over to you, Miss Olivia, and drops a small set of golden chains into your hands before flying away.
Holy shit, Gorza, you were actually on the money about messenger doves.
What'd I say?
Yeah, no, this is incredibly useful. I have to keep this in mind.
I'm so happy.
Don't fall for
great.
it. He's manipulating you.
Anyways, yes, now Dogbon.
Yeah, how do we know even when they're going to come out?
Well, how do I put this? If it fails and they last longer than an hour inside of there, longer than a minute inside of there, then they're in the goddamn hole. Actually, I have a galaxy brain plan. To which she will also F in chat for Sturbon.
He will be missed.
Rip Sturbon, truly. To which she will shove the gym into the center of lunch 2. The smell of ratatouille fills the air. As she will then toss lunch 2 into the air and have him sort of float there over the pit.
All right. Alright, so, you wait for quite a bit, and it is past noon. Well, actually, into mid-afternoon. You have the crystal in the middle of the net, correct?
In the middle of the cursed sandwich, in the middle of the druid entanglement in the middle of the net, yes.
Okay. And where was the hole?
I presume over here, where we are all standing in a somewhat circle.
How wide did you make it?
That's a great question.
Because I don't think it would be that wide.
No, I was
doubt
thinking
it.
10 by 10.
Yeah.
So, yeah, about there. And I need Lunch 2.0 to roll a strength saving throw.
I'm gonna be real with you, fam. Lunch 2.0 isn't even trying to hold on to them. He was just bait. But I'll still roll it, just to see.
We believe in him. We do not believe in him.
Okay, so
He is French after all.
yeah.
To be fair, he was also more or less trying to purposefully drop them into the hole.
Well, no, so you're expecting him to be snatched or whatever, or to be snatched, or for the person to appear right outside. No, a door appears and rips Lunch 2.0 in half.
Yay!
Well,
Not sure if that causes him to undergo mitosis.
And
I've never actually experimented with this.
Let's just say 56 points of damage.
Whoa.
Well, technically speaking, Lunch 2 is alive. Albeit looking very fucked up.
And the door opens. We'll bring you out of the GM layer.
Yes, Lunch Viscera is recongealing over the door.
Did you attempt to hide it? To hide the hole?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said get leaves and all that, so...
Okay, I'm going to need whoever was heading that to roll a survival.
I'll take care of it.
Liv was actively trying to make the druid do it.
Oh. Alright.
Well, unless Starabon comes out of wolf form, yeah, it's going to have to be up to the rest of you.
I got a +3 to survival. Oh wait, hey, can because I'm making a roll, could I make it with advantage?
Yes.
Sweet. $17.
The duality of man.
So the door opens, she takes a step forward and is about to step out onto the net when she stops, looks at all of you, looks down. Well, that's very rude of all of you.
We tried.
Liv is just gonna chuckle slightly. It's like, oh, come on, you have to give us credit. It was worth a shot.
Yeah, it was worth a shot. And she disappears. Hold on, let me check.
I should also say, like, in the middle of that, she's interlaying her chuckle with an Akitan chant to activate the chains.
She starts saying something, moving her arms, with a book in one hand, and she disappears.
No, I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say that Liv was activating the chains while she was laughing and walking over.
Okay, and roll a religion check. Since
So
this is different from the runes that you're trying to put up.
Yeah, this time Shara will actually fucking help, realizing what happened last time.
So, Shara, unfortunately, Shara knows that Liv is getting this all wrong, but he can't communicate that because he's a lion. Liv, you're chanting and hold out the chains, and nothing happens.
Oh, well, she's gone. Alright, hold up, I have to check my end-user license agreement on this bullshit. To what she sits down next to Shara and looks over the terms and conditions and instructions manual.
Now, it should be pointed out that the door is still there.
Daehun's just gonna jump in.
Okay. And you say it's a 10-foot diameter hole?
Yeah.
Alright, and what is your strength?
My strength.
Yes.
It's a 3. 16.
16. Yeah, you can definitely get into the door.
Hey guys, I'm going in. See you in 100 years. And he goes through.
Oh, great.
It should be worth noting
What's the decision?
If anyone looks over at Liv and Shara arguing over the instruction manual, it looks like a fucking IKEA instruction manual. It was entirely understandable how Liv got it wrong. What the fuck do you mean I need to put knob A into slot B? Why the fuck does that make sense?
It's like...
Wow. What do you mean? Why are the instructions in fantasy Swedish? We're from Mesopotamia. Well, I have many problems with this entire setup. Look, just give me the basic gist of the chant, and I'm going to jump through. Alright, fine.
The Liv jumps through the door.
Liv, with the help of Shara, like holding on to Shara, more or less surfing on the broom of flying, will actually like fly in instead of jumping because she's not that stupid.
Alright, Cerebon Gorza, do you follow?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's no choice.
Then, once the two of you go in, Harmony picks up Fleur and jumps in. And,
Breakfast will float over to awkwardly the same... breakfast, lunch 2 will float over to awkwardly the same tree as Nico, not realizing Nico's in there, breathing heavily and smoking a French cigarette. He's just gonna sit this one out, gang.
He's been through a lot.
Oh. Okay.
He's been vivisected.
I think this is a good place to call it here because I'm pretty sure we still want to keep our 10 o'clock end time, right?
Yeah.
And this is a perfect opportunity for me to plan what you all see and not come up with it spontaneously.